Hi, my name's Bill Ball, and I'm here today in Los Angeles with Keith Doyle, and we are actually here for our Javita Regional Convention, and I wanted to take this opportunity to sit down with an industry legend, Keith Doyle. You've been in the industry for quite a while. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you've done.
Well, I was introduced to this industry about 23 years ago, and I spent 22 years with one company and grew it very, very fast and grew it very big, and we were one of the top incomers there. And I want to let everybody know who's watching this now that I'm not doing this video to entice anybody or to solicit anybody from my old company to this company, just so you know that that's not what this is about. So if you are from my old company and you're looking at this for me to try to solicit you here, please stop the video now and move on. So, yeah, I was with this other company and rose very quickly. I had a very successful real estate practice before that. I had a construction company, was building developments and houses, and the list goes on, and had all the headaches, overhead, and was introduced to this industry by one of my stockbrokers. And ran with it pretty hard, like I did any other business. Like any other business, I gave it gave it a lot of attention. And I don't see anything in a small way. I always see things in a big way, and I saw that other company in a big way, and it was a young company, and we ran it right to the top with them. And so 22 years I spent there.
You're a firm believer in network marketing.
Absolutely, I am now. I didn't know much about it before I was introduced to it. In my real estate practice of 14 years, I had everybody and their brother come to me with every type of company and ask me to evaluate it for them. That was always the approach, let me evaluate it. And I would always do it because I felt obligated to a customer who bought or listed a house with me. I felt obligated, or somebody who built a house with me. So I always felt obligated, but I was so busy. I was 80 hours a week. I had a vending company. I had vending machines out all over the city, and my wife and I, we had 70 some rental properties. We had a full-time staff that ran all of our rental properties.
You had 70 rental properties.
Yeah.
That's a lot of property.
It is, all single-family homes. And it took several years to get rid of them, but thank goodness we're rid of them.
They're all gone.
They're all, every one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so is my
amazing.
vending machines. I had a partner with that, a surgeon, and I was the one out filling the soda machines and canning machines. And,
really?
Yeah.
Were you doing that with your network marketing career?
Well, yeah, I had to. Plus running my real estate business, plus going on job sites every morning to make sure, contractors were there and things were being done. And, when you're building houses, and I had a partner there too. But you're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're on the go by 6, and it was usually 2, 3 o'clock in the morning until I got in bed.
Wow.
And even today, I still only live on 3 or 4 hours sleep.
How many years did you work your real estate business, your vending machine business, and your network marketing business together?
Almost 2 years.
Okay.
It took me about 1.5 years to replace my income, or to have enough income in where I could walk away.
Okay.
But I also had a guy in my office who I referred a lot of my real estate business to after about 6 or 8 months of working in the networking industry.
Okay.
I referred customers to him, and he told him I was on vacation or whatever, and he handled a lot of my customers.
Got it. So now you're rocking in network marketing. Do you mind if I ask you, and I'll cut this out of the video if you don't want to answer this question, in 20-something years in the network marketing industry, how much earnings do you think you had produced in your pocket?
Millions.
Millions.
Yeah, millions.
Millions of dollars.
Millions.
Excellent. Okay, so safe to say network marketing works. You didn't do anything else in construction after you started in network marketing?
No, we closed everything. I got rid of all my headaches.
Okay. Now,
rid of all my headaches.
Javita comes along. Why Javita?
Well, in looking at a company, I always wanted to, over the 22 years I spent with the previous company, I always evaluated other companies because I wanted to know what else was out there that was my competition, so that with my team, I could work with my team and say, and I would tell my team, go look at other companies and see what they have to offer. And if you think it's better, go. I don't ever want to hold anybody back from achieving success. And I always looked at a lot of companies. Over 22 years, I probably looked at a couple of hundred different companies, and I never had any intentions on leaving. And this one hit me. It really hit home with me because of the product line. Number one, everybody drinks coffee, tea, or water. No one's ever heard of weight loss coffee. Blew me away. I personally have never had a cup of coffee in my life, even to this day.
Really?
Never had a cup in my life.
That's interesting.
But the green tea blows me away. Love the green tea.
Okay,
the green tea is amazing. But I sat back and we did a little study. My wife and I talked to about 100 people, and all we did was mention weight loss coffee. And right away, people are, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where do I get it? What do you mean, weight loss coffee? And the response was 100 out of 100 people would ask, what is it? Where did you get it? You know, where do I get weight loss coffee at? And that hit me right away. And I said, man, oh man, oh man. Everybody today drinks coffee, tea, or water. Doesn't matter how old you are. And if you come back 20 years from now, you're going to be drinking coffee, tea, or water. And I took a look around from our old company. We knew as well, my wife was very heavily involved with weight management. And we knew that 7 out of 10 people were overweight. And 7 out of those 7 people were obese. And childhood obesity is on rampant, and diabetes, and the list goes on. It was always a passion of my wife's, I know. She couldn't believe that you could drink coffee and lose weight. She couldn't believe it. And because, you know, she would spend a lot of time with a client to help them to lose weight. And the results with this, with everybody we talked to that had results, was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And my wife was blown away. And, you know, we started on the product, and I've lost a few more pounds, and it's been off, and I feel great. And that was on the green tea.
So the ease of talking about the product was the first thing that caught your attention.
That was amazing, because any average person can talk to anybody about weight loss coffee.
Right.
I mean, just driving over here today, I came over by Uber, and the Uber driver, she asked why I was here, and I said, well, we're here to launch a new product line, weight loss coffee. She just spun her head around, almost crashed, and said, what are you talking about, weight loss coffee?
Yeah.
And it's that simple. So any person can talk about it. It's an easy conversation piece to talk about.
It is, and that's what makes it very easy to get started with. And then the products gave you results, which I heard you talk about your results. Mm-hmm. One thing I want to kind of segue to, which wasn't part of the conversation today, is that you worked this with your wife, correct?
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit, or maybe give us a little piece of advice for people that are out there as couples looking at this? Because I know a lot of the couples in Javita are very successful.
You know, and it is great to do it as a couple. You know, we both have strengths and weaknesses, and my wife's strengths are, number one, working with people. She's so great with people, but her knowledge of nutrition and herbs and weight management and teaching people how to eat and that type of thing. She's just one of the most knowledgeable people. She studies it. Me, on the other hand, I'm on the business end of things. Even with the other company, I ran the business end of everything. And I'm the businessman, so to speak. You know, having been in business before and ran, you know, mega $1 million businesses, and you know, having lines of credit for millions of dollars, you know, to do construction projects, and you know, that's a lot to take on. And here, you know, you have no overhead, virtually no overhead. You have no employees. The stress level is like next to nothing. And the income potential is whatever you want it to be, whether it's $50 extra a week, or $5,000 extra a week, or $50,000 extra a week, can be accomplished in the networking industry. And having been involved with it at the level we were at, we got to meet quite a few people who were very successful in the networking industry. Mm-hmm. And you know, everybody's flocking to it today. You know, right. a lot of white collar workers are flocking to it, and the big reason is jobs are very scarce today. And, you know, even if you have a job, most people can't keep up with the rate of inflation, and the list goes on. And people are looking for additional income.
That's right.
You got both husband and wife working.
Yeah.
You know, kids
and they can work together.
Yes, here they work together. And all you got to do is take some time and put it, it's not a get rich quick program.
Right.
You know, it's a 2 to 3 to 4 year program. And if you can invest 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours a week into this, you know, to create an income down the road that could literally bring one of you home from work, or both of you home from work, so you can raise your kids. That was the beauty of us. My wife was a dental hygienist, and we both came home from work within a year and a half, and we grew up with our kids. Our kids were 5 and 1 years old when we started in the networking industry.
That's great. So they've grown up with networking.
They grew up with us, yeah.
So you've been in Javita for how long now?
A year.
Okay. In that year, do you have any standout stories of life-changing events?
I have one gal back home that is down 78 pounds.
Wow.
It's taken her life back. She's in late 50s, and it's taken her life back.
That's amazing.
Totally different woman today from where it was 12 months ago. I just saw her for the first time in about 10 months, and my jaw went to my feet. I could not believe this.
Big difference. 78
78
pounds is a lot of weight.
And she's working out, and she's having fun. She laughs all the time now. Before, she was very introverted. amazing story there. I see people who are creating additional income. We have a gal that we partnered with down in North Carolina where we're at, and she's getting ready to leave her job, and she works at an Ollie's store. And
What kind of store is that?
Ollie's, it's like a discount store,
Okay.
and she's like an assistant manager there. Doesn't make a whole lot of money, and it's a chance for her to be home with her 10-year-old daughter. And that to me is more than the millions of dollars anybody could be paid.
That's priceless.
You got
You're
it.
100% right. You can't put a price tag on being home with your family.
So we've seen success already, not only with the products but with the income. To be able to take a lady who wants to be home with her child and to see that happen is a dream of mine. It's a huge dream of mine.
That's great,
Yeah.
life-changing stories.
You
Thank you
got
for
it.
sharing that. So,
Yeah.
last question. Here we are in January of 2017. What are you most excited about for this year, 2017? What lies ahead?
Well, I just got chills all over my body. And the reason being is because I remember experiencing this before, watching a infant company who right now is just starting to crawl. When I came up here, I came up in the elevator, and there was a young couple there. They had a child with them who was probably 2 years old, and they had a baby that looked like it was about 2 weeks old. And I kind of correlated that with Javita, where it is. Javita, when I first looked at it a year ago, is probably where that 2-week-old child was. It was that young. And now where it's at is we're going to get it to where that 2-year-old child is, where it's probably walking now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 2017 is going to be a huge year for us. It's going to be getting this company to where the wave is going to start to crest. Right now, I can see the ripple, and I correlate this with all businesses. You always see the ripple first, and then that ripple grows into a wave. And sooner or later, that wave gets up here, and it gets so big, and you see the white cap of that wave coming at you. And that's like a 5-year program from now, and I see that happening with this company. That's why I'm so excited about it.
Me too.
Is we're at that point of that wave just getting ready to start to grow.
I couldn't agree with you
It's gonna
more.
be huge.
I couldn't agree with
Yeah.
you more. And I want to thank you, Keith, for coming out and sharing
Thank you,
with us.
Bill.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
And anybody that was watching this video and you have some interest, get back to the person that shared it with you. If you want to click on the link we have up in the top corner, it'll help you subscribe for any future videos we might have. And we just want to say God bless and hope you can make a positive decision to join us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.